the CDI and VOR.
Okay.
This is called the course deviation indicator, CDI, right? That's why it says CDI here.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, so I'll swap to tower 24-6 for departure. And brakes off. Checklist complete.
Roger that.
Okay. Much a headwind there.
Let's give him a call while we're on the roll.
Tower Archer 75190, ready for departure, runway 22.
Archer 75190, Atlantic City Tower. Do you want advisories beyond the tower? Do you want to talk to departure today?
Yes.
Archer 190, yeah, we'll stay with departure.
Archer 190, roger that. Runway 22, cleared for takeoff and when airborne, proceed on course to Woodbine.
Archer 190, clear for takeoff, runway 22, on departure, on course to Woodbine.
Pretty much runway heading.
Yeah, right down in Hill.
First time I've heard them ask that. Normally they would hand you off to departure.
Yeah.
And you get flight following.
That threw me a little.
But there's not much traffic out there, and obviously you could stay with the tower controller till you hit the 10-mile ring, which puts it out of his airspace, the Class D, and then then he'd turn you loose VFR.
Okay, just a little bit of right aileron and ready to roll.
Ready to roll.
All right. ASB is coming up, 40. 50. 60.
we're going cross country, I would recommend about 2,400
Okay.
to get you there at a decent time. You can see our speed in knots is not very high. And we're already doing 78 because we're going into teeth of the wind.
Yeah. Right.
Coming back, we'll be doing, instead of 80, we'll be doing 110 or 20. Okay. Bring it up to 2,400 now. Now, we're going to make a request. On the way to Woodbine, we want a block altitude of 25 to 3,500 to do some instrument climbs and descents. So go ahead and request that from them.
The approach Archer 75190 would like to maneuver between 2,500 and 3,500.
Number 75190, crew that's requested, VFR at all times. Are you going to do air work between those altitudes over Woodbine?
Just on the way.
Archer 190, copy approved as requested, and yep, air work between here and Woodbine between 25 and 3,500.
Okay, November 7510, Roger, maintain VFR between 2,500 and 3,500 advised of any altitude change.
Right.
Archer 190, maintain VFR.
Okay. Now, here's how I would have done it. Instead of just
November 52232, VFR descent.
mouthing the whole request, what you say is, departure, Archer 75190, request.
Yeah.
Then he comes back, go ahead with your request. Acknowledge. Then he's listening for it.
Yeah.
Then you go through it.
Actually paying attention, right?
So, and that's the same way when you're dealing with center en route on cross countries and whatnot.
How'd you interpret the advise any altitude changes? Anything other than that block?
Well, you know,
or was that just automatic?
yeah, the way she phrased that. Any changes but those.
Okay.
Okay. So, now once you put the foggles on.
Okay.
Yeah, but this next week order a new pair of foggles because those are getting scratched up. Fog up foggles. All right, I want you to do a constant airspeed climb from here to 3,500. This is called a vertical S maneuver.
Okay.
Okay. So you add the power, it's trimmed for that speed, constant airspeed. The nose will come up, and you stop at about. How come we're not full power?
Oh, shoot.
And also we'll go to ridge when we're going full power.
Oh, yeah.
So you maintain your heading. We're getting about 700 feet a minute.
Okay.
So, you know, we got about 30, 45 seconds till we get to the 3,500 at 700 feet a minute. And then you lead it 10% of the vertical velocity. So therefore, 600 feet a minute, 10% would be 60 feet.
Okay.
You would start the power back, and you would do the reversal back with the nose down and go down 1,000 feet.
Okay, 20, 40,
Here's 60 feet. Smoothly back, you let the nose fall. Let it fall, right on back to idle. Okay. And now the nose will go down.
Okay.
And you go about 5 degrees, 2 dots. Nose low.
We want to go back down to 2,500?
Yeah, we're going to do a vertical S.
Okay.
It's called a vertical S. Okay.
I didn't pick up on that, sorry, I must have been.
Okay. But now, then you'll have to retrim just slightly. And you maintain the same speed that it's been trimmed for. And about 5 degrees nose low. And it gives you, in this case, about 800 feet a minute, right?
Yeah, pretty good descent. Okay.
And keep your heading, which you're doing well. Let's actually go a little bit to the right.
Okay.
About 240 heading.
500 to go.
500 to go. And again, you'll lead this reversal by about 80 feet. You're rolling about 800 feet a minute. If it's 1,000, you lead it by 100 feet. So these are basically instrument procedures.
Okay.
But But the same principles apply if you were doing it visually. That's it.
Wow, that jumped.
Slowly, and then bring it right on in. And we're going to reverse and go climb up.
Okay. Then it looks like I caught the level there. I could if I wanted to.
You could have, but we're doing the vertical S.
Okay.
You can do this on your simulator at home.
Yeah, okay.
Now, we're going to compound it just a little bit. On the next one, we're going to do it with a bang.
Okay. Constant the airspeed was there.
Well, it'll stay at whatever you trimmed it at.
Yeah, I must have trimmed it on the descent there.
And then once you get your 5 degrees nose up, you might have to retrim a little forward trim, right? Stay at whatever. So you should be hands off, just finger flying it, right?
Yeah.
Finger and thumb. Fingers and thumb. Right.
Okay.
Then you feel that trim change. So now you're going to lead your level up probably about 60, 70 feet. Only this time we're going to roll into a 30-degree bank to the right. So you start your reversal. And as it starts down, you will lower the nose or allow it to fall and roll into a 30-degree bank right turn.
Level, right?
No.
Oh, I totally missed it. 35, so back
that's
to
the S part of the vertical S. Why are you rolling out?
Oh, 42.7? Yeah.
Let me have the airplane. Okay, the vertical S is the up and down part. The S part is turning into a bank.
Oh, 30-degree bank. I was stuck 30
You're
degrees.
not turning to any heading.
Okay.
Right? That's the heading you started at.
Okay.
Okay. Now, go ahead and take the airplane.
Okay.
Now roll yourself into the descent with a 30-degree bank, right bank. Go ahead.
All right.
Roll the bank smoothly on instruments to the 30 and approach. Archer 75190 has Woodbine in sight.
Woodbine out then?
75190 is Woodbine in sight.
Yeah, so you're going to go land there?
Yes, we're going to proceed south a little bit past, continue the air work, and then we'll come back and land.
Okay, November 751 on this radar service terminated, and the frequency change is approved.
75190, good day.
Good day.
Okay, I'll go to the VFR. Now, when you approach it,
Right. Lead with 1,000.
lead about 100,
Okay.
and then 100 for the 1,000, and then roll it
Roll it
back the other way,
Okay.
and do it with a left turn while you're climbing.
Okay.
So now, you're in a left, climbing at 30 degrees of bank, climbing back up to 3,500. But you're probably with the bank going to need a little higher pitch, right? Bring it up to 5 degrees or so. So you're staying level, you're not climbing.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to change a little bit because I want to do the reversal this time at 3,000.
Okay. Both heading and descent, right?
That's correct. turning into the 30-degree bank.
Speed is coming up a little. Okay, so untrimmed and shallowed.
Okay. This time we'll go down to 2,000 in the turn before we do our reversal.
Okay.
cross-check for this particular maneuver.
Uh, 25 or 3,000?
Take it up to 3. We'll do from 2 to 3. That's it. Now you're holding your vertical speed nicely. This is slowly climbing. Airspeed is staying constant. Now, when we reach 3,000 on this maneuver, I want you actually to reverse the bank to 30 in the other direction, but I want you to hold the altitude this time.
Okay.
Actually, I want you to hold and level it and continue the turn to the heading at 240 that's in the button, okay? Okay. So you make the level off. That's it. Back to cruise power. Because you're not going to idle this time. You're going to level and hold it. You're going to roll out on your heading. So now you brought the heading into your cross-check. All right. Now remember, I have the airplane.
Okay, you have the airplane.
We talked just before getting in the airplane about unusual attitudes.
Right.
Okay. So, I'm going to give you an unusual attitude right now. Pretty simple one. All right. Just close your eyes.
Okay, eyes shut.
Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm messing up your inner ear.
Okay.
Okay, if I hold this turn long enough, the little hairs in your vestibular senses will decide that you're straight and level. Okay, now when I reverse here, you can feel that right turn. Okay, and it's telling you you're in a right turn. But as we continue here, those hairs start standing straight up. And basically, that's why they invented attitude indicators, because your inner ear lies to you. Okay. Now, it's going to be a nose-low recovery, okay? You have the airplane. Open up.
Okay, the airplane.
Take the airplane. Recover. You pull the power to idle on a descending one. Notice the speed, how high it is. You roll level, and then you lower the nose to the horizon, because you brought it up above the horizon. You bring the power back in. Right. All right. I have the airplane.
Okay, you have the airplane.
Okay.
And eyes shut again, sort of? Or?
Yes, you
Okay.
can shut your eyes. You know, obviously you could cheat, but then you're defeating the purpose
Yeah,
of
no.
practice.
Yeah.
Where's your right hand? Why are you adding power?
Looks like I'm
You
descending.
didn't cross-check your
Okay.
speed. Okay. Okay, I have the airplane.
Yeah, that's backwards anyway, isn't it?
Right, you could be nose low with low speed.
Okay.
Or nose low with very high speed. Okay. You could be nose high with high speed. Or nose high, typically, with low speed.
All right.
So you have to decide, your both hands, your backing wings level, you're reducing the power typically if your nose low, adding the power if your nose high.
Okay.
And you're leveling the wings.
Right.
So you gotta work your pitch into your bank, and then you've got to work your throttle. Okay, close your eyes.
Yep, closed.
Recover.
Okay.
What's your right hand doing?
I'm deciding.
Nose low, you gotta think, reduce power.
Okay.
You're sitting there deciding. Okay. All right, let's do some more.
Nose low, gotta reduce
So
the
cross-check
power.
airspeed, cross-check bank.
Okay.
Okay. All right, recover.
Nose is high, so add power. Level.
So you got to put the airspeed in your cross-check along with your attitude indicator.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Those are the things that count. Right. Okay, it wasn't bad. Okay, I have the airplane.
Okay, you have the airplane.
Okay. Feel those G-forces.
Yeah, I feel it.
Recover.
Okay.
Number 4157,
High.
approach you up.
All the way forward, okay.
Yeah, don't baby it.
Right, alright.
Don't baby. If you're nose low, or nose high, you're gonna get close to a stall. Your nose low, you're gonna maybe overspeed the airplane, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have the airplane.
Okay, you have the airplane?
Recover.
Okay, nose low. Wow, that was too abrupt.
Correction, Denver 4157, 6000.
Well,
Denver 4157,
Notice
approach length,
you got
customer
such high
3005.
Okay.
05.
Got such high speed, you very easily could over-G the airplane by pulling hard.
Yeah.
High speed.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but you did well. All right.
Felt like I yanked the power back a little
Well,
too fast.
All right. Then somewhere in between baby and tiger.
Just sounded a little weird.
Complete idle.
Yeah,
Right?
Okay.
Okay. You have the airplane.
Okay, nose
There
down.
you go. See how high that speed's climbing? Leveling the wings, bringing it up. Now, if you were close to the ground, you can see how much altitude you use. Okay, you're coming back to cruise speed. Just bring it back into cruise power. All right. All right. Let me have the foggles.
Okay.
Now, unusual attitudes are something, you could get into very badly at night or in weather, right?
Yeah.
So you gotta learn to trust your instruments, right? But it could happen in a fog. Take a look out over that bay. That's VFR. But there's very little difference between the sky and the ground.
Yeah.
Right? So, as you go over water, haze, whatever, the attitude indicator with the blue sky here is your friend. Always trust it. You can get spatially disoriented. That's why I wouldn't send solo student cross country over the bay.
Yeah, boy, I can really see that.
Right. All right, now, visually, though, to get into haze levers, we're going to do the same thing right now that you just did on instruments. Recover.
Okay. Power and airplane.
Recover.
Okay.
You can use your horizon too, right? Again, it's a very independent one today. All right, good. Let's do another nose high. I got the airplane.
There you go.
I'm maneuvering around. This is what would be disorienting your inner ear. And now you find yourself out here, pointed over the ocean or whatever. No horizon. Recover. Why are you pulling the power?
Terrible.
Maybe you're learning something today here.
Yeah.
I have the airplane. Now, this should become all pretty instinctive for you.
Yeah. Yep.
Recover.
Nose is
Recover.
down. Okay. Boy, yeah. Stuck on instruments when I should have just been looking, really. But
Right. Yeah, well, the tendency after you've been on
Yeah.
instruments is to keep your head inside the cockpit rather than transitioning to contact flying.
Yeah.
VFR flying, contact flying, right?
Oh.
So these kinds of maneuvers out here, right? You're flying the airplane, moving the airplane. You're not flying it like you're on instruments, but you're maneuvering around doing clearing turns and whatnot, right? But you look down for whatever reason, and all of a sudden you find yourself like this. Recover.
Okay.
Just fly it out there, add the power level of wings, and recover.
Yep.
And then back on the cruise stop. Alright. One more. Recover.
Wow, that was interesting. Visually, I was thinking, all right, I'm not too off, so I didn't want to make a sudden. I was like right on in between.
I'm trying to
Yep.
let you learn to fly on your senses here.
Yeah.
Not talk to yourself flying.
Okay.
Okay, turn me back to the airport, take me to the airport.
All right.
Okay. So let's get set up with the radios and everything.
Okay.
Where are we going? Woodbine, right?
Woodbine.
Get Woodbine in there.
I'm gonna head out so that I can enter 45 for 19.
Okay.
123.05.
Alrighty.
All right, quiet so far, and I'll get down to 2,000 and lose the other 1,000 feet as I turn back.
Alright. We ought to be far enough away from it now.
Okay.
There's some emergency landing fields down there by the golf courses and whatnot, these fields.
Definitely, yeah.
If we couldn't make Woodbine, obviously.
The Woodbine traffic, Archer 75190, about a mile to the east, 2,000 feet descending for 45, entry into left traffic 19, Woodbine.
Now, you notice as we pass 18,
Let's try the first one
full flaps.
Yeah. Okay. 1,500 feet. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190 is 45 to downwind, 19, Woodbine.
The banner's over, so we do. Yeah. That'll be a little uncomfortable. All right, let's do a pretty quick before landing check here.
All right, fuel's on the proper tank. We have fuel in and fuel pump on. By traffic, Archer 190 is turning left downwind, runway 19.
Why are we going down? Okay.
but within flap range, I'm going to get a notch now.
All right. Well, I'm going to recommend the first one we try with 2 notches of flaps.
Okay.
See how that goes.
All right, 1 notch to go then.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be this far out with all that wind blowing us away from the runway.
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190 is turning left base 19. Woodbine.
If you flop the runway, you see we'll probably...
Cape Papa Delta slow flying beach, north to south, North Ocean City. You'll be straight into 0 Ocean City.
You can flop the runway, you see we're a mile and a half final, it looks like. Okay. And with the gust, I'd recommend adding about 5 knots to speed. What speed do you want to fly then?
90.
Miles per hour? Okay. In the flare, it just takes a little bit longer to get rid of that extra speed.
You think that's too fast?
No, that's fine with a gusty wind. 90 miles an hour. Right. As you can see, we're going to have about a half-hour final here.
I was trying to make the first one long to sort of get myself.
Yeah, that's all right. To cheat a little bit like that. It's better than being too short. But on a real windy day, obviously, if you had an engine failure now, you probably wouldn't make the runway.
Yeah, okay. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, final runway 19, Woodbine.
All right. And you see there's a right crosswind component. So we're going to concentrate on keeping that rudder more and more and more all during the flare through touchdown, and even more than until the nose wheel goes down, right? You're slow now. See, that's the gust part of it. So you got to be aggressive on the throttle. And we ham-fisted it over there.
Yeah.
Hold it like a golf club. Okay. Drop us down on the numbers. Down on the numbers. Where are those numbers going? You better be idle power now.
Idle.
Yeah. We're way too high there on short power. Now, get that rudder in. Rudder to go straight. And bring it down like that. Just put it on. Okay, not too good. I got the airplane. Okay, we're good. Got 2 notches.
Everything.
Well, you didn't nail your final approach, and then all of a sudden you're high.
Yeah.
Final.
Yeah, okay.
Wasting runway. And also, you're not using your rudders
Early.
to control the yaw.
Yeah.
As you're supposed to. Right? Let me demo one for you. Okay, let's go up and around. And with my traffic archers, line and left turn across swing at Woodbine 19er.
Ocean City traffic, Cape Papa Delta on a 12 mile straight and final, runway 20 Ocean City.
You got to set up for 19, right? With your bug. No, we don't.
Sure did. Oops, still don't.
So that from over here, I can't see the runway. I have to rely on the heading to know when I'm crosswind or downwind. Now I can see the runway. And with my traffic archers, downwind 19er. Yeah, not a fun day to practice landings, but, well, give you some gusty wind practice.
Yeah, I think,
Okay. I'm going to try a full flap one. I want you to stay on the controls with me. And I know, see the hard thing about carrying extra speed and only 2 notches is getting rid of that speed to touchdown. Okay? Because the airplanes just glide along. Now, I'll get the second notch right off the bat. I don't need much much final because all that headwind on final.
Wow.
Woodbine, Archer is left base 19er, touch and go. Alright. With all of that wind, I can afford to have a shorter approach because it's going to take a long time on final. I'm now going to get the third notch. Alright. I actually have maybe even a tad of nose up trim here. Alright. And I'm a little bit high as we come into the Pappies. I've just got a motor on it right now. Their speed is stable. Okay, we're a little high. I'll take it down. You see where I'm keeping those numbers, right?
Yeah.
I want a stable approach. Gun sight on friggin' numbers, right? Now, it's throwing us around. So now I'm working the rudders. I got idle power. And it's moving and varying. Okay, still working it. Okay, we got a nice touch. Here we go, get rid of one notch. Power coming in well short of the halfway marker. Up we go.
Awesome.
Tough landing conditions. But you gotta just keep working the rudders and the bank. And let's try to throw us around here. You just keep working it. Yawing, flopping, the wind's varying, the wind's gusting. Definitely not a fun solo day. I wouldn't let you go solo in these conditions.
That is a little gusty, yeah. Or variable something.
Alright. Okay. Once I had brought the power to idle, even with full flaps, it took a while to dissipate the airspeed down to where we could kiss the wheels on there.
Yeah. I forgot to look, feel for the power to idle, huh?
Well, you don't put it to idle, it ain't gonna land. Your whole object is to land.
I wanted to try to notice as you were doing that, and I missed it.
Well, I said it. Going to idle. But you can tell by the sound of the engine.
Yeah.
On the 5 mile turn and final runway 20
Okay. Coming around. You've got the airplane.
Okay, I have the airplane.
Okay, we got one notch of flaps out.
One notch.
And you can call down.
Woodbine traffic, Arch 190, left downwind 19, Woodbine.
We'll let you try one full flapper.
Okay.
That was a full flapper I showed you, right? But I also tried to emphasize you gotta have that gun sight on those numbers.
Yeah, you did.
Keep it up here, all the way down.
Right.
That's your landing point. If you don't do anything, you're gonna hit the pavement at that point, right?
Okay. I probably need a little more space, but maybe not too much. All right, so I'm going to drop the power a little, start to turn. There's a helicopter out there. You see him? We're okay, right?
You're fine.
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, left base 19, Woodbine. I didn't drop the power.
Woodbine traffic, super cab,
I don't want to get that notch, extra notch.
Go ahead and get it in.
Said Woodbine.
Yeah, you're fine. Concentrate on flying.
And last notch, we're going to try this. So,
Right.
last notch.
Now,
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190 is turning final, runway 19, Woodbine.
you don't even need to call final as long as you made your base turn call.
Okay.
Now, in the winds like this, get it slowed up to about 85 here.
Oh boy.
Alright?
Ocean traffic, Scout 620, Papa
Thanks,
Delta,
stay in line.
final straight in, runway 20.
Control speed with power. Okay. Alright. Keep it. Point out those numbers. Alright. Okay, start feeding your rudder in now. And there you go, now bank. You hold that foot in. Now bank. Okay, you can fly it down with power. Stay banked to stay in the middle.
Okay.
Okay, power to idle.
Idle.
Okay, I'll reset the flaps. Add the power, full power. Use your rudders to go straight. Rudder, rudder, right rudder for power. Time, now fly and go. Okay. Now you work that bank to counter those jolts and yaws and rolls that it's giving you, that wind. That's it.
Roadway copy, Super Cab is on the final, 19.
Okay, he's on final.
Right.
But he comes straight into 19, I guess?
Yeah, probably from up Atlantic City. Probably doing a helicopter delivery to either Galloway or Shore Memorial.
Okay.
Okay, let me get rid of the second notch now.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, 500 feet, clear left. Let's start a gentle turn here. Oh, it's a fixed wing. Some
Alright.
type.
Alright.
Especially traffic now, Cape Papa Delta Short Final 320, should they?
Okay, clear left bound, anybody on 45, Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, turning left downwind, runway 19, Woodbine.
Alright. I want you to start working those rudders to keep us pointed straight and working the ailerons to keep us aligned in the middle of the rudder, of the runway. Okay? On final. And it's a whole bunch of work in this circumstance, but you gotta learn to do it.
Yeah, okay.
This is where the good pilots earn their money. Seriously.
Yeah. It's taxiing right across the grass there.
Oh, yeah. You might be a banner color. Taking a shortcut. Yeah, alright. Alright, let's do one more full flap landing.
Okay. Okay. Up a little bit of power, start to turn. Nose come down. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, turning left base, runway 19, Woodbine.
Alright. Okay, this time on final, especially after we clear the tree line, I want you to start working your ass off, banking and using your feet and your rudders in conjunction with each other to stay in the middle and keep our airplane pointed straight forward down the center line of the runway.
Okay.
And on a day like today, you normally do keep the power on a little bit longer than a calm one day. Once you're committed, you're going to go idle. But with gusty winds, you're just going to be working your tail off down there. Okay? So, get us over in the middle. Get your speed down to about 90. Alright. Now you should come down over the trees here. Now start bank and start using your rudders right now. There you go. Working your tail on. A little more rudder, banking to stay in the middle. Okay? That's it. That's it. Bank to stay in the middle. Bank to stay in the middle. Now, idle power.
Idle power.
Point it down. Keep it right. Try and nail it. Just keep coming back.
Good. Except for the bounce there.
Just freeze it. Now, you can't just add a tad of power just to change that a little bit, right?
there you have it. All right. Geez, I thought that was good, except for, and then we just couldn't stop downside.
Well, you gotta freeze it.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, if you try and counteract it, you're gonna get into what they call a porpoise. Where you're just hopping down the runway, off the Noseville domains, etc., etc. Okay, this is work, but this is how you become a good pilot. Then when you encounter those conditions, you're working your tail off, but you bring the airplane down safely. In those kind of conditions, well, let's say you go cross country, and you come back, and this is unforecast.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Can't just stay up in the air indefinitely, right?
Well, you're going to have to land the airplane in Jersey somewhere.
Yeah.
After you come back.
Yeah.
So, alright. So where we are, full angling here. Just going to turn straight down one. Okay. Yeah, we're buying traffic. Archer's down 119er. Alright, you got the airplane.
Okay, I have the airplane.
This time, let's do a 2-notch.
Okay.
Okay. The one thing about the 2-notch landing, because with 3 notches, the last notch is all drag. When you pull a power on a 3-notch landing, the airplane's going to settle and land.
Right.
2 notches, you got flying speed still. You still got to dissipate speed. So you actually can commit your power to idle sooner.
Okay.
Okay. And more importantly, you also want to maintain that aim point.
Yeah.
But you have to do the same work that we just did on the last landing.
Okay.
All right.
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, turning left base, runway 19, Woodbine. Back speed is in flap, second notch, final flap config.
Okay.
Speed's coming.
Yeah, on base, that powerhouse. See the red brick powerhouse down there?
Yeah.
With the smokestack? That's a good distance to be away from the runway on this base turn for 19. This is an angling wind, right? Because it's right to left. And right away, you set up your crab. Should be all trimmed up. 490, it looks like, yeah. Now, with strong headwinds, you always come down a little shorter than you think. Okay? Now, you're down on the proper glide path. Right? Start working your bank and your rudders right now. Okay?
Oh, yeah, okay, now.
Bank and rudders. Rudders straight. That's it. Bank, stay in the middle. Idle. Rudders. That's it. Rudder to go straight. Back to the right. Okay, go ahead and add the power. You're clear to go. Rudders to go straight. Rudders to go straight. Because you need more rudder when you got full power.
Right.
Because of the torque.
Power, rudder, yeah, got it. Didn't do it, but got it now.
Okay. Not too bad. You basically flew it onto the runway.
Yeah, like flew
Which
straight at it.
That is what you have to do in windy conditions.
Yeah.
You're a little slow to commit to the idle power.
Yeah.
Which then we still have that speed to dissipate.
Yeah. But that was not helping with the bounces. Yeah.
So probably we touched down at 80, 85. You know, crash landing.
Okay.
By committing to idle power sooner and starting to work a little bit sooner on final.
With the rudder? Yeah.
Both rudder and yoke.
Okay.
Banking, rudder, and keep it straight and fly it down right onto the runway.
Woodbine traffic, Arch 190 is left downwind 19 Woodbine.
Do a few of these, and the nice calm wind days will be a piece of cake.
Traffic, sound 6 meters on a 2 mile 45 for left downwind 249.
New Garden, he said?
New Garden, Pennsylvania.
Under Memorial Airport, Cornell 1
There's your powerhouse.
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, left base 19 Woodbine.
And now you can get all your trimming done. Bring speed up to the speed you want, and then retrim it again.
traffic, sound 16,
You got a little over trim, that's good. You anticipated that. Alright? Now stabilize your power. Drive and everything.
Started that early, crap.
That's alright. You're doing fine. You're trimmed, you're on speed. In a pretty good position. Yeah. So from here on out, it's just pitch, bank, and power. Start those rudders, start that back, and yeah. Okay, rudders back and forth, that's it. Good, idle. Hold it, hold it. Ah. Bring it back and hold it.
Ah, okay.
There's a gust. Okay, I got the airplane.
Got it.
Alright, so you started in this pumping thing.
Yeah. Alright. So,
You made, on your own, one of your better gust crosswind landings.
yeah, on the final there, it did, yeah. Oh, wow, didn't I bounce it? I guess maybe I'm just so reluctant to actually
Well,
hold that. I keep doing the adjustment.
you want to make the smallest control adjustments that you can, still controlling the airplane, right?
That what's doing it is I'm going too much back and forth right as I'm
what,
doing.
after the landing? No, there's a gust factor there, too.
Okay.
The gust can bring you up then if you get the stronger wind at that speed, right?
Okay.
So once you fly it on, okay, clear left.
There.
Once you fly it on, just keep it on. You can just relax a little bit there. But if it starts doing that hop, you just hold the stick tight. Don't move it.
Yeah.
Don't move it.
Okay.
And remember I showed you earlier also,
Add a little power. Yeah,
good,
just
add just a tad of power.
We're running out of runway though, so I didn't.
Right, right.
traffic, sound 16, one final 244, copy there.
Alright, we're down to one notch. We'll do another one. But I want you to concentrate on working those rudders and working that banking to stay in the middle. There's not much yoke back, except as you get into the flare, obviously, to lose speed as the power's off. You just got to continue adding a little bit more yoke to hold that landing attitude, you know. Because when you pull the power, you know, the nose is going to try and drop. So, again, there at that point, you just... See, I could fly this pretty much thumb and 4 fingers, right? So, like a lady or a golf club, you don't want to grip it too tight. Don't choke it to death.
Then you can't feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, you got the airplane.
Yeah, the airplane. Woodbine traffic, Arch 190, left down. Archer 190, left base 19, Woodbine.
Get your second notch. Get her all trimmed up at the 90. Good. So this is something I really can't teach you. This is a total feel thing. And you can't talk yourself through making this landing. You just gotta feel it and make the changes that you need to make. Okay? Last time I was just a little uncomfortable about how far we were crossing that tree line. Okay?
How low we were?
How low we crossed the tree. I was looking down and I was seeing the leaves on top of the tree. Okay? Better to be a little bit high, especially in a gusty wind day. But you always come down short of where you think you are. As you can see, we're going by those trees. We're a little better this time. Okay? Just drive it on in. Start working your rudders and your bank right now. Drive it in. That's it. Very good. Back to the middle. Back to the middle. Right. That's it. Back to the middle. Rudder. Right. Back. Okay. We're set. Go ahead and go.
Oh, too much right rudder.
Or this is a feel thing.
Yeah.
You take whatever you can. Right?
Yeah.
It's a feel thing. Can't say I need a little bit more left rudder, I need a little bit more right rudder. Just do it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't do it.
Got to eliminate that half-second reaction time between your brain and your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that's exactly what, yep.
That's a half-second you're losing till you make the movement.
Yeah, clear left. Level. Left again. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, left downwind, runway 19, Woodbine.
Now, when you reduce the power, you feel the airplane drop, right?
Right.
Okay. So what you do is you have to compensate just a little bit with just a little bit of back yoke to keep it from falling, right? Okay, now, flying is the second most exciting thing to mankind.
What's the first?
Landing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. That leaves out sex and the other stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going there.
That was posted on a board up in Robbinsville over the weekend, so, or Wednesday actually. I remember I said I was going to tell you that.
Yeah, cool.
Now, you're getting your excitement today, so.
Yeah, it is actually. It's
You can handle this stuff, you can handle anything, okay?
it is
So
fun,
it's the same principles. Right.
but I can see where it'd be a little more nerve-wracking by myself.
Well, you don't want to scare the hell out of your passengers either.
Yeah, yeah. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, turning left base, runway 19, Woodbine. The traffic class here, Papa, turning.
Yeah, we'll do it at 2.
Okay.
On gusty, strong 4-hour wind days, 2 is better than 1. Because you get thrown around just a little bit less by the wind. Plus, you don't need the slower speed of the full flap because you got plenty of headway. Now, this time I want you to start working your rudders and ailerons sooner on that short final. Stay in the middle. You really cut this one short.
Oh, this is short.
Roll wings level, drive it over.
Okay.
And then turn in the line. stabilize final approach. This is what you want, rolled out, stable. Now we've got it with crosswind. Speed's a tad slow. Trades pitch, a little lower pitch, to help you keep the speed up.
Oh, yeah.
And add a bit of power, right? So you got crab right now. Once we cross the tree line, it'll smooth out a little bit. Now just drive it down the runway. But here's where you want to start working your rudders and bank. That'll fix your bank and longitudinal line. Okay? Bank stay in the middle, right? And use the rudders to straighten the nose. That's it. Very good. All the way through touchdown now. Power idle. Idle. Raise the nose. Rudder right. Bank right. Because you're a right crosswind, right?
Yeah.
Right. See how it's
floating. Now it's going to come down.
add your power. Let's go. I don't know what this knee is up there for. You're going to hit your yoke, maybe. You got to keep your legs wide.
Keep them wide and straight, you mean?
Well, otherwise your yoke's going to hit your knee. Right?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
All right. You were quitting on your banking and rotor toward the end.
You're right. You're right.
You were quitting. And you got to do it until the mains and the nose tire are on the runway. Then you become a ground vehicle.
Alright.
We'll make the next one a full stop.
Okay. Alright, we're at 2 notches. Let me let that one go.
Alrighty.
500 feet, clear left.
We'll put some extra wear in the tires today.
Yeah, all right.
But since they're going to change them anyhow.
Might as well get the money's worth.
Right. Alright, this one will be a full stop.
Okay.
2 notches of flaps. And all that experience on these last 4 or 5 landings, I want you to put that to good use. And make the landing.
Alright. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, turning left downwind runway 19, Woodbine, full stop.
Thank God we didn't have to mess with the banner towers.
Yeah.
They don't start till about 10.
Boy, it must be tough for them, huh? Dusty winds and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Really got to be pulling the airplane around all over the place.
Mr. Pilot, this is where you earn your money.
All right.
Anybody can land on a calm day.
They'll see that helicopter out there, or somebody out there.
Don't worry about it.
Woodbine traffic, Archer 75190, turning left base runway 19, Woodbine, full stop.
Okay, your crosswind component's a little stronger at pattern altitude than down toward the surface. So you need to drive your base over a little bit further to avoid the angling final, right?
Right, okay.
Touchdown. As you're rolling out, or as you drop the nose wheel on, you got to remember to throw
aileron into the wind.
Aileron into the wind.
Okay.
And so in this case, you'd be going high right, up with the right crosswind. Right.
We'll see if I remember to do it. Yep.
Right. So don't go any lower.
Okay.
dust dropping into those treetops.
Yeah.
All right, now you can start down and catch a little lower glide slope. You can even get more power off as you drop down. That's it. Work those rudders and work the ailerons. Just move your feet back and forth. Keep them comfy. Okay, idle power. Bring it up now. Oh, not that much. Add a little power. Add power. Add power. All right. I got the airplane.
Boy, I butchered that.
So you let it drop without continuing the round out. Right?
Yeah, so it just went down.
Right. And then when you decided to catch it, you jerked it too
Way
much
out.
and brought it up.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so that's the danger of using a partial flat landing. You yank too much, you still got flying speed, it's going to bring it up.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a balloon. And essentially what we did was a vault landing.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to rescue a bad
Yeah,
situation,
no, absolutely.
we just did a go around.
Totally.
Up.
Yeah.
And Woodbine Archers turn across wind 19, Woodbine. All right, clear left.
I got yours all set, Jeff.
Clear.
Drone is ready to go.
Yeah.
Might be a banner tower getting ready to go. I don't see the stanchions out there. All right, you got the airplane.
Yeah, I have the airplane.
Turn us to downwind, and we'll fly it around, do it again. Got 1 notch down.
All right, 1 notch down. Woodbine traffic, Arch 190, turning left downwind 19. Full stop, Woodbine.
So as you retard the throttle idle, you do have to compensate a little bit because the airplane's going to sink. It's not blowing that air over the wing anymore,
Okay.
but not as much. You were late in compensating. Then we talk it out in the power. Well, then we had a little too much because we had gone high, and then it became a go around at that point. So, all right. So we'll work with this one. Again, start that working those rudders so that you get the feel of cross-controlling, banking, rudder back and forth.
Start it as early as I can, right?
Nothing wrong with that. As you get more experience, you can wait until you cross the overrun.
Yeah,
But
okay.
there's nothing wrong with starting it early at this point in your training
Yeah.
so that you get the feel and learn it. Yeah, expert pilots will wait until they're into the flare to put the crosswind in there.
Yeah, boy.
But for you, especially its effects on power and whatnot, when you start it sooner, you're doing it better. So,
Woodbine traffic, Archer 190, left base, runway 19, Woodbine, full stop.
picture's a little different this time.
Yeah, much higher, huh?
Yeah, better fix that.
About the trees a little bit, but yeah, I don't want to be
We're alive.
diving.
See how big a trapezoid it is from the top?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, as you come down, now you'll have to readjust your pitch, and then you'll have to stabilize the power. Right. Yep. Alright. Now, so cross the tree line. Start putting your cross control in. Put your rudder first, and dip your right wing. Just bank it and move those rudders back and forward. Get idle now. Idle. And bring it down, and then just start a little bit of a pitch up as you approach the runway. Fly it on. Fly it on.
I got chicken there.
Right on. Which rudder do you want, right? Which aileron? Which aileron?
Oh, thank you. Boy, is that ugly.
Okay, let's start braking now. Do you think you can keep control and retract the flaps? Can you keep control and retract the flaps?
Yeah.
Do it. That gives you a little bit more braking. Okay, let's go to the end, and we'll turn a 180 at the end. See where you keep that yoke where it belongs.
Yeah, okay. I did not remember to do that at all.
Let's swing to the right, use that pavement, and then we'll make our 180 to the left. Okay. Go ahead,
Plenty
do
of
that.
space.
Go ahead and do that. Bring it around. Just slow down, add a little power. Okay, now you can neutralize your aileron. You're down to slow speed. Right. And we're going to turn off, we're going to take the Alpha taxiway.
Okay, take Alpha. Okay.
Right. You can open your window. Open the door. So you got to keep flying all the way down, even after touchdown. You are flying the airplane. Rudders and ailerons are moved. Yoke. Not so much pitch, but bank and rudder, yaw, are moving. As the wind changes, as you slow down. You keep flying it all the way till you're at good taxi speed. We'll get another one back in Atlantic City.
Yeah, windy.
Right. Yeah. The more practices that you get in this kind of condition, the more you'll potentially be able to handle it in the future when you encounter it. Good pilots, professional pilots, they earn their pay. Not on a boring, calm wind day, point A to point B, but when the going gets tough, when emergencies come in, bad weather, bad winds, that's when they earn their pay.
Yeah.
Even in commercial airliners, that's when you want a good guy on the controls. You start feeling yourself being thrown around in the airplane. Okay, you can
Wick
call
traffic after 190, crossing runway 1331 at Alpha.
Okay, straight across to the angling deck.
Cap, right tap. And Archer there, you taxi back to the runway or are you going to get fuel?
We're going to gas up, Archer, at Woodbine.
Hey, Roger. Good. That's probably one of the batter towers.
Oh, could have been. Yeah,
that little cub, yeah. Maybe he's going to jump in ahead of us at the gas pumps. I think they get their gas on these tanks down here.
Oh, okay.
And they buy it in bulk themselves.
Are those the same, they're both Cubs? And you almost always see the Cubs yellow.
Yeah, this one is not a Cub.
Okay.
This is something, I'm trying to think of, maybe a tri-pacer.
Okay.
But it's also a Cessna, I believe, instead of the Piper Cub.
Yeah.
They're Cubs here, those are towers. They got a hook in the back. They're fabric-covered airplanes, not metal. Got a metal tubing frame covered by fabric. You ever hear of doped fabric? No. Doped linen, that's what the Wright brothers used.
Hey Connor, what set is Crown on?
They dope it
Before
so it becomes airtight.
All right.
and
So
works.
it's like rubber, sort of.
Doping is,
I think you're the first
Like a
person that
shellac.
tells part.
Okay.
like a shellac.
Oh, all right. Okay.
And the original ones, I think, were linen with shellac.
Yeah, that was so cool.
This guy didn't miss it.
Nope.
And today's a tougher day than the other day when we were watching.
Yeah, and they both got
It
it.
was more steady. There were 2 pickups?
Yeah,
Okay.
but the white airplane we're looking at also came in next.
Uh-huh.
They fly so slow. How do they do that? Is it because of all
Well,
the
they're going
drag?
into the wind. The flying speed of a Cub is only about 60, 70 mile an hour. You got 30 knot wind, you're only doing 30 knots per hour. That's what he said when he was in the air, as that second one, because I could hear it on the radio over there by the shack.
Okay.
He says, I'm only doing 22 knots of ground speed.
Oh man. That is slow, isn't it?
It is, it is. He could be flying backwards.
When even, your perspective's a little distorted, but once I think the first one got up and was flying that way into the wind,
Right.
it just looked like he was standing still with the banner
Right.
flowing behind him.
Right. Well, that's why the Wright brothers did their flying out of Kitty Hawk. Because they got wind speed to fly. Okay, there's a Waco. That's a sightseeing airplane. This one, I believe, I don't know if it's a new Waco that's been built to specs with the same as the original that would have been kept updated.
It's open air cockpit.
So it's either a 1938 or it's a 2015, but built to the same specs.
Waco.
WACO.
Huh.
You'd call it a Waco if you were living in Waco.
All right.
It's pronounced Waco. All right, so we need to get moving to get this thing in the blocks by 10:30.
Okay.
We should be.
Belts fastened. Brake is set still. Tactile, we recorded the start. Kirby off. Full slide cover the left tank still. Good. Circuit breaker check. Just make sure nothing popped. That's out. Release. Circuit's always out. Okay, check. Throttle a little wider open. Half. Make it fit on. Master switch on. On. No problem. Mix 4-inch. Turn the brakes. Air set. Clear prop.
Well, that's the best one I've heard you call.
That's it. Look at there. Ready to push.
Test 1, 2.
Loud and clear, Abby.
Loud and clear. Okay. Okay, if you'll bump back off and get out of this area.
All right. You can see how much crosswind there is on the
Airplane there.
airplane, right? It's almost 90 degrees now.
So we might want to think about 1-3 or
No, it would be, if anything, 3-1.
oh, you're right.
We'll use 1-9 the way it's been varying. Mostly it is favoring 1-9.
And the sock
Yeah, but
does show a little, yeah.
yeah. Okay. And with all the wind that we have, we won't do the back taxi here.
Okay.
We'll do our run up shortly.
definitely the sock looks, you know, consistent with 1.3. I can't tell if I just have a bad angle on the airplane or what. You know?
No, you see the sock is more blowing down 1.9 right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
All right.
Short final to 1.9.
There he is.
I'm not gonna mess with him. He sees I'm holding, right?
Yeah. All right. We're doing everything right. He's doing everything right. Okay. All right. So.
Wow, that looked nice. But I saw he was going down in stages, sort of like I tried it, or I can't say I'm trying to do that, but I noticed that I do that.
Okay, and as you're on wider runways, that will be more what you do because the tendency is to round out high.
Okay.
One of these days I'll take you into Ocean City, which is just the opposite.
Narrower, 50 foot or something like that?
Right. 60 feet.
60? Okay. Alright, well, let me set the brake.
Clear the active.
Alright, brake set.
All right, we'll do a quick Mac check.
2000, left. Drop good, both. Right, drop good. Back to both. Curvy. Back. Okay. Vacuum looks good. Annunciator panel. Oil temp, pressure look good. Tired.
Yeah, do the Falter check.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Back. Alright, autopilot is still off. Master switch on. Flight instruments, I see you have Atlantic City in. And we already had the VOR in nav 2. And the localizer be in nav 1. Compass, let me realign. 280.
Okay.
And we're taking off at 1.9, so the bug is set. The altimeter, and fuel pump is on for takeoff. Fuel selector is on the left tank. We just gassed up. Gauges left to right, normal, green, and EGT normal, vacuum normal. Mix full rich. Primer is still locked. Belts fast adjusted.
Fast.
You pull it up to the fuel pump? Yeah.
Taxi wrecked.
Correct.
Okay, flaps exercise. Down. All the way released. 1 notch set for takeoff. 1 notch good.
Very good.
Okay. Trim tab is aft. I'll actually roll forward a little bit. Control check. Knees clear.
Clear.
Okay, right up, left down. Right down. Looking at my here. Elevator up, elevator down. Incorrect. Doors
Closed, locked, latched.
just shut. Transponder on out. Still squawk VFR lights. Okay, decklist complete.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Woodbine traffic, Archer 75190, departing runway 19. Woodbine. Final clear.
Clear.
We're not back taxiing to use the full length right from here. I might as well edge over and get the most out of it though.
gotta stop it. You're doing a good job today.
Yeah, it really does. That's no lie. Clear left.
Yeah, I think 2,500 feet should be what we need to stay in the smooth air, too.
Okay.
Remember, 18 was about the break point, where you got that low-level jet.
See what it feels like. Alright. 1,000 feet. Bump off. Release the flaps. And get over my heading and I'll call clear. Woodbine traffic, Archer 190 departing the area of the north.
Already are really smoking along.
Yeah, so pick up the 8 is pretty quick here.
Cool, thanks, Sam. Runway 22 is in New York, 38 November. If you're still listening, the traffic's no factor. Turn to the northeast. There's a crane 1.9 nautical miles east of Atlantic City, 95 feet above ground level. As is weather for the year. Atlantic City approach. Sidewalk 184, Foxtrot, initial contact 30 Zulu.
Zulu, I heard.
Atlantic City Tower information, Zulu, time 1354 Zulu. Winds 230 at 12, gust 22. Visibility 10, sky condition clear below 12,000, temperature 28, dew point 20, altimeter 3006. Runway 22 is in use, arriving aircraft expect a visual approach. Notice the airman, there's a crane 1.9 nautical miles east of Atlantic City, about 4,400 feet. Scott 4 Alpha Foxtrot, radar contact, Atlantic City altimeter 3006, proceed on course to Cape May, restricted area.
Oh yeah, nice and smooth up here.
Yeah.
A little bit cooler too.
Roger, that will make sure we avoid that, thank you.
Atlantic City approach, Archer 75190.
75190.
Archer 190, about a mile north of Woodbine, 300 for 2,500, return to Atlantic City with information Zulu.
Archer 190, squawk 0130 and I-10.
0130 I-10, Archer 190.
Alright, let's set about 23, 2400. And you can lean it out a little bit.
Cherokee 190, squawk 0131.
Archer 190, 0131, sorry about that.
No problem.
Alright, let's hold our altitude so we can get our speed up.
Archer 190, you are radar contact at this time, 12 miles southwest of Atlantic City Airport, Atlantic City altimeter 3006. Enter left traffic for runway 22.
Enter left traffic for 22, Archer 190.
Yeah, I want you to trade altitude for speed. So just lower the nose, leave the power alone, and get speed up, and it'll require you to retrim. Now you'll see our trim.
Yeah, just a heads up, there's a Skyhawk coming up on a full mile final for 22. He's going to be doing a touch and go, and he'll be runway heading to 1600 on the go. Should be passing off your left side.
Tell them we'll look for him.
Archer 190, we'll be looking.
Archer 190, contact the tower 120.3, we'll see you.
Over to tower, Archer 190, good day.
0 Charlie
runway 2500, sitting over left, downwind 22.
Alright, 75190, Langstate Tower, continue to enter the left downwind for runway 22.
Arch 190.
Now we're smoking along at 140 knots, almost like a Mooney.
Yeah,
I'd be
man.
doing about 160. That's because we got like a 40 knot tailwind. You see, we're up near the edge of the white arc here, which that's okay, but it's smooth air. We could go into the yellow if we chose to. So we're trying to make our 10:30 block time. We got 10 minutes. Okay. I think we'll be pretty close. We're doing over 2 miles a minute, maybe 2.5. So we're 10 out, and 5 minutes we'll be on the ground. Still got a ways to taxi though.
That's true.
Land in this direction. Yeah, if we were headed the other way towards Delaware, we'd be traveling all day long into the teeth of that 30-40 knot wind.
Good day to go north.
Yeah.
Except for there's a TFR over Morrison. I don't know if that's still in effect, but.
Hey, wind check.
Where, Morristown?
230.
Yeah.
11.
Morristown, New Jersey?
Near Teterboro.
Oh, that's Morristown.
Oh, the other one.
M-O-R-R.
Right.
Morristown's by Philly. Morristown, though, up there. So maybe Trump's going up there or something.
On the ILS, low push only.
Who's on the ILS?
Hold in effect, no problem.
I don't know. So you got some airplanes shooting practice approaches. Sometimes they will vector you. Sometimes out even along the ocean here. You haven't seen that, I don't think, too much. Whatever they do, drive you around. Now, once you're in the pattern, let's say you do so in the pattern, he may tell you to extend your downwind, right? And you wind up then having to do like a straightened approach, right?
Traffic short final.
Or you may ask you to do a right-hand pattern or left-hand pattern. In this case, the left-hand pattern, right? So you got to do whatever they say. Some of them take extra gas, extra time. But as long as you do what they say, they take the decision-making out of your hands.
Yeah, okay.
Follow what they say.
I get my landing light.
Alrighty.
And before landing checklist, even though we're still ways out, but gas in the prepper tank. Fuel, I did lean, but might as well go full wrench now. I didn't lean much.
Alright.
Okay, carb heat is off, seat belts, seat backs, direct, flaps to go, landing, pre-landing checklist complete.
No, it isn't.
Fuel pump on.
Alright. Now, when are you going to start losing this 1,500 feet?
Right now.
Okay. Normally you got 2,500 feet times 3. You start at about 6 or 7 miles.
Line up and wait. 22 line up, wait.
Okay. So we're not quite as energy efficient because we had to go to idle power. If you do it perfectly, you'd have a little bit of power on. And we're going to lose that 1,000 feet in 1 minute. We're doing 2 miles a minute. Okay. So in 1 minute, we'll be 2 miles down the road, right?
Okay.
Which would put us probably just beyond the runway, right?
Okay, yeah.
So you can add a little bit of power because we don't have to hit the downwind altitude until we're the other side of the runway, right? And then we're going to drive out by Absecon and do the left turn in on 22.
Chicago 3 Hotel Foxtrot, runway 22, clear for takeoff.
I think you've done most of them as right hands.
Hotel Foxtrot,
right hand base.
Yeah. 6243.
But we're pretty wide on this darn downwind.
Okay.
That's the runway we're going to land on. See it over there?
I didn't know if it was a good practice to come too close to 3-1 or not. Okay.
This is the active runway at all our room. Might have a fighter guy, but nobody else is going to be using that runway. It'd have a 20 knot crosswind on it.
Archer 75190, runway 22, clear to land.
Runway 22, clear to land, Archer 190.
Skyhawk 909, Hotel Foxtrot, turn on left on course. Left on course, 99 Hotel Fox.
So now at our 1,000-foot pattern altitude, the jets, by the way, are at 1,500, 500 feet higher. And they come in and they do what they call a pitch out for an overhead pattern. Okay. So anyway, you're going to level here and drive a little bit and then turn base. But you got 30 knots of speed to lose before you can put the flaps down. So you better start doing that right now.
Chicago 99 Hotel Foxtrot, contact departure 124.6.
Okay, turn base right now.
4.6, thank you, 99 Hotel Foxtrot.
Keep losing your speed. Turn base. A big long runway. With all that wind out there, it's just going to be blowing us away.
I think I'm good for 1 knot.
All right. And
Chicago
start
93 Hotel
working on your
Foxtrot,
trim.
the previous departure in sight.
You're already cleared to land.
We had the
We used 2 knots.
inside 93 Hotel Foxtrot. Chicago 93 Hotel Foxtrot.
They had two.
On course. So course 93 Hotel Foxtrot.
Gives you more rudder authority.
Chicago 93 Hotel Foxtrot, contact departure 124.6, we'll see you. 124.6, 93 Hotel Foxtrot, thank you.
Okay, gear flaps, props, final landing check is complete.
Yeah, thank you.
And we are cleared to land. That's
And clear to land.
most important. I don't know if we're going to pick up that PAPI or if it's out of service. We'll see.
Tower November 47 is on base for runway 22, full stop.
So we got somebody behind us.
Tower number 2, following Archer, 1 mile final.
probably a team.
Clear to land.
Copy, clear to land, number 2, looking for the Archer.
Right, drive it on in with power. Drive it in with power. Drive it in with power. Add a little power. Drive it in with power.
More power, okay. Speed looked okay, I was just wondering.
I told you 3 times, drive it in with power.
Okay.
Okay, use the blocks as your aim point in this one, okay?
All right, I'm going to start pulling a little
Start
power.
pulling, now get back to 90. You started getting low and slow. Bring it off now. That's it. Use the blocks as your aim point. Okay.
Idle.
Start working those rudders and the bank. Rudder, right, left rudder. That's it. Now work this thing. Work it. Pitch back a little bit, little bit. Freeze it back. Freeze it back. That's it. Hold it there. Okay. Now we're going to roll a little bit here.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Now, let's slow down.
Okay. Tap.
And we're going to take the next turn off.
Archer 75190, turn left on Delta, contact ground point 9 for taxi, we'll see it.
Left on Delta and over to ground, Archer 190.
Now, we talked about that. You don't want to do this. You just freeze it. And it'll settle, right?
I'm ugly.
You did do a pretty good job of staying in the middle. Okay? So there, it was just a little too much. So you can just, if you can imagine, just bring it back smoothly. Not jerk a hunk, jerk a hunk.
Yeah.
Bring it back smoothly.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to get a little funky little taxi routine here.
Ground phone 2417 +1 located on the FAA ramp at Juliet. Requesting clearance to the SCB access road, Juliet Bravo 422.
From 2417 +1, proceed as requested, hold short of runway 422.
2417 +1, proceeding as requested, John Bravo holding short of 422.
Ground, Archer 190 is with you,
Delta taxiway.
Delta taxiway.
Archer 190, are you going to signature or the FAA ramp?
Archer 190 is going to the FAA ramp.
Archer 190, taxi to the FAA ramp via Delta, Papa, Bravo, Juliet.
Delta, Papa, Bravo, Juliet, Archer 190.
Okay. Well, he was smart enough to recognize the tail number.
Yeah, okay. Crap, and I meant to have it in my head where I was at. Right, it's a funky. Delta, Papa, Bravo, Juliet.
When you go to more complex airports, like this one, a lot of times you'd write it on your knee board after you read it back.
Yeah.
Right? Or write it down and then read it back.
Easier here.
You could have 5 or 6 different taxiways if you go to Teterboro, for example, and runway crossing restrictions, you know. I only got 516s on the ground. It's 4th of July weekend. Nobody's leaving town.
From 2417 +1, cross runway 22.
2417 +1.
All right, we can use a little
Utilizing
speed.
422 to the SCB access right.
So we're running a minute or two late.
Ground, November 47 is taxiing off Delta 22 to the FA ramp.
That's
November
the global
47,
right
Atlantic City
behind us.
ground,
You can see
welcome
it
back
behind
to
us over your
the
shoulder
FA
there.
ramp via Delta Papa Bravo Juliet.
Delta Papa Bravo Juliet for 47.
That's a gal named Lori. We had the Swedish gal in tower this morning on our departure, actually.
Yeah, that's right. And
She's very good. And her voice, of course, has that kind of German accent, but she's actually Swedish. Of course, they all take English as a second language over there.
Atlantic City ground, foam 2417 +1, clear to field on the SCB access road, thank you.
From 2417 +1, roger.
Well, we didn't get lost.
yeah, that.
Airports look different at night when we get into night flying. You'll find that out. And the global's not on our butt, so we just keep staying ahead of him.
Okay, I'll keep.
Or her.
How many folks on a flight like that? I mean, flying.
Well, there's going to be two pilots.
Okay.
There's either going to be technicians and if they're working a project, which a lot of that work is for testing, then they would have the test team on board.
Right, okay.
Maybe another 5 people. Looks like Juliet.
FA Ops Archer 75190 to return to Flying Club parking.
Roger, Archer 75190, proceed to parking. Thank you.
190, proceed to parking.
Yeah, that was Steve, the ops guy that gave you the
Oh, he
test.
did the class. All right, I didn't pick out his voice. Okay.
I think he's the only male that works in there. He only comes in from 10 o'clock on. And the other male is Dave Maslaka, who's the whole boss of the thing. And Steve is in charge of the operational stuff. All those assistant controllers in there work for him.
Those are wires running in the gaps of the runway there. I saw something poking up. I was going to...
Oh, yeah?
Or maybe it's not wires. Maybe it's the...
Rubber.
Rubber, yeah, okay. That makes more
Rubber
sense.
in the heat will pop.
Okay.
It expands and it'll pop out of its holes. Well, I guess we'll tie it down. We'll leave the bonnet off.
Okay.
The reason they use the bonnet in the summer is to keep the inside of the cockpit cool.
Ah, all right.
Now maybe we could put the bonnet on. He's not going to fly it today. For that reason, it will be a hot day, so a lot of greenhouse coming through.
Yeah.
All right. Take it off if he wants. I thought he might meet us here, but...
He seemed reluctant, or he was okay with it, I guess?
I just left a voicemail for him just now. But, we'll figure it out. I told him we hit the blocks at 10:30. We just about did that.
Okay, and I'm going to get the note.
Cock it left a little bit. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Laps fuel pump. So, understand.